What's up, YouTube? Just thought I'd put out this video. Just picked up this 1 ounce gold Canadian maple the other day. So I'd said I'd ordered a couple pieces of gold in the past couple months. They were a bit delayed due to all the shortages and shipping problems with the coronavirus. I already made a video about the buffalo. You guys probably saw that. Both these are just incredibly beautiful coins. 24 karat, 0.9999 pure gold. And yeah, so I've been putting away a few gold coins over the past so many years. Wish I would have put put away a few more, given how they've risen so much in value lately. They're starting to come off. Prices are starting to come down. Premiums are coming down. So if you're in the market for one of these type of coins, I'd suggest just maybe wait a little bit. Prices are coming down. If they drop a bit more, maybe, I don't know, another 10-12%, maybe I might want to buy again. I remember these, you used to get these maples for like $1,400. Now they're about, I think, 2,400, something like that. I think spots trading about 2,300 Canadian, about 1730 US. So yeah, things are looking good. The economy's opened back up. I guess people, investors, whatever, they have a less of a need for gold. Plus, we don't really need the premium so much because mints are opening. A Swiss mint, Swiss refiners, whatnot, Royal Canadian Mint, they're all opening back up. But I don't know. Overall, like, this is a long-term thing, just like all my investing, whether it's stocks, whether it's gold, whether it's real estate or whatever. This is all long-term type of stuff. If you're looking to buy this stuff to do a quick flip, good luck. It's not that easy. Not a lot of people have like this. These are about, I don't know, $2,500, something like that. Canadian, about 17. Well, probably in the US, you're probably looking around 1830, 1850, somewhere around there for one of these bad boys. That's a lot of money. Not a lot of people have that just kind of kicking around, right? So it is a bit of an investment. Maybe not so much an investment, just like a store of value, basically. At this point, you have all the central banks all around the world. They are printing money relentlessly. It's like QE infinity. And so, what do you do? If you save cash, if you put your cash in the bank, you're not going to get any interest, number one. And in fact, you will get inflated away. Like, I haven't had that many raises at my job in the past few years. I get the odd raise here, like 1% or something ridiculous. You know what I mean? But I actually make less today, in spite of all those raises, than I did like 5 years ago. It's just insane. And the reason is how they measure inflation is not actually crap that we buy. They look at things like TVs or whatever, right? Like, if you're buying gas, if you're heating your house or using electricity, insurance is a biggie, property taxes, income tax. Like, there's just so much that they take. Um, it doesn't really leave you with a whole lot left over. And if you're going to put cash in the bank, it's just going to deflate like crazy or depreciate like crazy. So I'm not a huge gold bug. I'll just kind of say that, this is a very small percentage of my wealth, my net worth or whatever. But I do think it has a role to play. I'm not like, I know Warren Buffett. Look, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I love my sources of passive income. I got stocks. I used to have rental properties. I'm here. I got so much money tied up into all that stuff. It's insane. Um, these gold coins and my gold, um, the percentage of net worth that I hold in gold is minuscule compared to all that other stuff. So, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't think there's a big government plot to screw everybody and whatever. And I do think, like, those people out there, those type of gold bugs, they do a huge disservice and they kind of stigmatize this metal. Um, because to be quite honest, like this is a completely different asset class. And you, as an investor, you want to diversify. You want to have things that aren't correlated. When the stock market goes to crap, um, gold actually initially will go down a little bit as people sell it to meet margin calls and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, this thing soars. Just look at what happened back in March. That crashed along with the whole market, and then gold soared. Not quite to the all-time high of 19 and change or something like that, but pretty close. I mean, it was 1765 or something like that US. Um, and this type of metal, this will probably do quite well going forward if we get like crazy inflation and stuff. Um, Regardless, it's just something that kind of holds its value. I wouldn't recommend having like a ton of gold. I wouldn't put personally. I wouldn't put more than about 5% of my net worth. Now I'm way, way, way underweighted gold. I own some gold stocks, gold mining stocks, and I'm actually been looking at buying some silver. I have a lot of silver from the coin collection and stuff. I got a lot of like physical silver. I don't really want to buy any more of that. There's only so much you can have. It's hard to store silver. Gold is so much easier, so much better. Got myself one of these tubes here, and I'm just gonna over time. I'm just working on buying either 1 ounce gold buffaloes or 1 ounce Canadian maples. And I'm just gonna, I guess, kind of stack some of these, maybe once, twice a year, maybe pick up one or two, maybe a bit more. Depends if they go down a lot. If I can pick these up for $1,000 or $1,200 or whatever, I'll be stacking a whole lot more. But right now they're a lot more than that. It's just something good to have. I think I also, you know, I also maybe hold a little bit of like GLD, just because it's liquid and you can sell it easily, quickly. To sell one of these is kind of, there's some work involved. You either got to go to like your local coin shop, or or maybe a bank or a bullion dealer, um, and you might not get, depending on the day, depending on whatever, like you might not get what you're looking for. But I just really look at this. I The Canadian maple just gleams. I love the radial lines. It just you have. I'm not sure if you guys can really see that. Maybe you can. It's just incredible. Such a beautiful coin. These are both 1 ounce coins, by the way. Both 24 karat gold. This is a lot shinier than the buffalo, but I just love the buffalo. I used to have tons of these, the old buffalo Indian head nickels, and that is just incredible. And then the maple leaf. This is slightly smaller, but it's actually thicker. You can't really tell, because I got it in these airtights there, but the maple's actually thicker. There's one troy ounce in each of these things. Um, yeah, so that's my video. Hope you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, subscribe, check out my website. It's www.myroadtowealthandfreedom.com, where I talk about all sorts of things: investing, diversification, passive income, dividend stocks, just all kinds of stuff. I'm running a bunch of different sort of strategies and stuff, but um, I mean, I invest in a lot of things. I can appreciate the diversification benefits that gold brings to a investment portfolio, or just your own net worth. It's a hard asset, and not a lot of people realize that. Not a lot of people. It's only when the market is in turmoil, when the economy's in the gutter, basically, that people kind of realize the time to be buying this stuff it's not really even this year. The time to be buying this was like 5 years ago. You'd be able to pick up an ounce for like $1,000 or something like that, and that's Canadian dollars. In US, it was probably even cheaper than that. I don't know, maybe it was about $1,000, 1060 US. So that'd be about what, 1,200, 1,300 Canadian. The other thing too, for any of you Canadian investors, the gold's priced in US dollars. So when we have a strong dollar, buys more gold. When we have a weaker dollar, We pay more for it, a lot more. So that's something else that you can sort of play too. Gold prices are coming down recently, not just because of the metal, like it's still at around 1730 or something like that US dollars. The reason why these prices are coming down in Canadian dollars is because the Canadian dollar has been rising. Oil's recovering, the global economy is recovering, stuff like that. So foreign currencies and that FX and that all that stuff's sort of recovering a little bit. But I mean, like I said, I don't buy any of this stuff. Without like a long-term outlook, this year I might have paid more than I did last year or the year before or whatever. That really doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I'm thinking about the long term over time. I hope I never have to use this. That's the thing. A lot of guys stacking this stuff. They're like thinking, "Oh man, I can't wait till the world basically comes to an end, so I can just sit back and like make a killing with my gold." The fact of the matter is, if ever it comes to having to use this stuff, that's going to mean that basically my real estate is wiped out. My stock portfolio is completely wiped out. I may not have a job. There's probably blood in the streets. Like this, that would be a horrible circumstance. Or you're just having to like take this and like run, leave, get out. Like they did back in the 30s when like the Nazis came to power and stuff. Like, you never hope it comes to that. I intend to like never sell this stuff. It's just passed down to my children. Hopefully they never use it and so on. Like this is not really, you don't ever want to have to use this stuff basically, because it means a huge personal tragedy or national tragedy or whatever, global tragedy. But as a stabilizer, as a sleep at night thing, it's if you got some cash in the bank, you get a bit of an emergency fund. You're going to notice that over time that the purchasing power that will be depreciated by at least 2.5%. I'm not saying put your emergency fund into gold, but I am saying that the average person probably should be buying a little bit of gold over time anyway. I love my dividend stocks. I'm always going on about how much, and I bought a ton of dividend stocks when this market crashed back in March. But I also had some orders in for some gold too. I kind of play both sides, right? If this stuff's going down, that means my other stuff is soaring. That's a good thing. If my other stuff is tanking, this stuff will be soaring. It's not great because I'd have a lot less of this, but it is sort of a stabilizer. You don't need that much gold in your portfolio. You don't need a ton of it for it to work its magic. You just need a little bit, because when gold moves, it soars. I remember back in like, I don't know, must have been about the mid 2000s. At one point gold was $250 US an ounce. I think that was in the year 2000 or something like that. I first got into gold by like basically collecting coins. I was collecting some gold coins, and I noticed the price of gold was soaring. This would have been probably about 2005, 2006. I think we were at $700-800 an ounce at that time, something like that. And I noticed that some of the gold coins that I was buying, now these are collector coins, 18 karat, 14 karat, 22 karat. They weren't tracking the price of gold. They were still being sold at the list price from the year 2000 or 1999 or whatever, which was peanuts compared to what it was worth. So I snatched those up. No longer can you find those type of deals. After about, I think, 2007 or 8, most coin shops, if you want to buy any gold coin, regardless, pure gold or like 22, 14, 18 karat, whatever, they want you to call, and they'll give you a price based on spot, because the actual metal was worth way more than the actual coin itself. It was just crazy insane back then. But like I said, those dealers, they smartened up. They knew what they had. They had all the stock of gold, and everyone's buying them out. So that's all I got for you. I probably rambled on too long. Like I said, check out my website, myroadtowealthandfreedom.com. It's all about financial freedom, investing, that type of thing. Buying assets. That's what I'm looking to do. And I do like my gold. So check me out. Like this video. Share it. I'm trying to build up my subscriber base here on YouTube. That's all, guys. Take care.